So, good day to everyone. So, I'm not able to show up my face because of this embarrassing bite of cockroaches in my cheek. So, this is the continuation of the topic, which is the Bill of Rights. So, this is my assigned topic. So, the section 18 has two parts. The first is non-detention by reason of political beliefs or aspirants. No man is to be interfered with because of his opinions, provided his avowal of them does not disturb public order or established law. So, way back in our history, on September 21, 1972, the proclamation of martial law by Ferdinand Marcos. Thousands of his opponents in politics and critics, and even the people who criticize who are just joking about the policy was arrested. Because of that worst experience, they imposed this section, which is Section 18 of Bill of Rights. According to this section, you're not allowed to arrest or file a case to a person just because of his or her political views. Furthermore, we have a freedom to express our opinion. Pero kung worse na pod, nga pagka yaga-yaga, well, it's another issue. The second part of this article, which is the involuntary servitude, it is a condition where one is compelled by force, coercion, or imprisonment and against his will to labor for another, whether he is paid or not. This part of this section is the right against involuntary servitude. Involuntary servitude is you are being forced to labor. It is very prohibited in section to be forced, except as a punishment for a crime. So, one of the example of this is to be a peonage. Ang peonage, ito ay parang ikaw ang bayad ng utang ng iyong pamilya sa napag-utangan nyo. Or mayroon kang nautangan, then they forced you to work for it. So, it is against from your right. So, hindi pwede yun, okay? You are forced to labor until their that was satisfied. But now, we have this section 18. It will help us to protect our rights in terms of labor. So, may karapatan tayo with this section. It can help us to protect our rights. So, we are very thankful. Let's go to the another part. In section 19, it has also two parts. The first is excessive fines and cruel and inhumane punishments. A fine is excessive when it is clearly shown that the nature of the violation compared with the fine is disproportionate, or if it exceeds the utmost limit of the punishment which the vindication of the law demands. So we have our rights against excessive fines and cruel, degrading, and inhumane punishment. So we have a right against torture. Way back then, uso pa ang mga sobrang hirap na penalties, uso pa ang death penalties, but now we have protections as a human, even if you are a prisoner. So you are so lucky kasi mayroon ka pa ring rights to live a healthy life even you are in jail. But in our era today, there's no such penalties that will degrade people. Kaya ang mga prisoner is nakukulong sila for many years at may mabibigyan ng chance to change their lives. Let's continue to the next part. So, the section 20, non-impairment for debt. While the debtor cannot be imprisoned for failure to pay his debt, he can be validly punished in a criminal action if he contracted his debt through fraud, as his responsibility arises not from the contract of loan but from the commission of crime. So, walang nakukulong dahil sa utang, but eventually, there is always a consequence of your deeds. The debtor, collector, or the person to whom you owe money can file a case against you. So, depends on the case. So, it depends on your debt. So, if your debt is malaki yung utang mo, so, yun, makakasuhan ka talaga. By the mean of estafa under Article 315 of Revised Penal Code, that means. So, if you cannot pay the debt, then you should tell the creditor. Huwag tayong magpaasa. And, yung na to, balik ka ugma, tapos pagka ugma, magtago ka. So, if I am the creditor, I will file a case into the barangay. So, they can give you an invitation letter, so they can talk into peace. Setting a schedule when you are able to pay. But if the debtor is hard-headed, you can file a case into court. After the court execution, the judge has not decided how you are going to pay the plaintiff back. Then the creditor has to follow a step, collect the money you owe. The creditor may have asked for an execution at the end of your case. If they get an execution form, the judge can levy on the execution. This means it is legal for them to take your property. They're able to get your property, your car, and whatever. But there's a way and solution in our problem. We have rights to protect us as a human being. If mangutang tayo, marunong tayong magbayad, di ba? Kung we're not able to pay our debt, huwag na lang tayong kung hindi naman kailangan. So, the differentiate of wants and needs. So, yung needs natin, ito yung mga kailangan natin talaga. Yung wants natin is yung mga luho lang natin. Para hindi tayo mabaon sa utang, lalo na wala tayong pinagkukuhaan ng income. So, marami naman paraan para hindi umabot sa baranggayan yung mga utang natin. Makipag-usap ng maayos sa napag-utangan. Huwag tayong magalit kung tayo nakapag-utang, then they'll come to you and ask for the payment. So, magagalit ka kasi wala akong pera. Pero, nakita ka nila sa mall, nagsha-shopping. Yung mga, again, sa ating mga rights. So, makakasuhan talaga yan. So, that would be all. My groupmates will continue our topic, and thank you.